Hello everybody, and here we now have the OLHA course for June. I've put together a film of just the starter course for you to have a look at, and this is Laura and Muffin going over the tarpaulin, for which I gave 5 and 5. Laura works at the Conquest Centre, riding for the Disabled Centre up in Taunton in Somerset in England, and this little pony Muffin, Shetland pony, she's been working with for a few months. She had a great big horse before, but she's moved over to this little one now and is doing really good work with him. So this is the back through. She's taking the front feet of the pony right through till they are beyond the corridor and then backing up. He knocked the pole there. A little bit more work to do on the back up, but she says it's much better than it was when she was practicing, so she's delighted with that. Oh, needs to have a look at the cone. This was a proper competition we were running, so you'll see that all the obstacles are numbered, and we use little football cones because they don't get in the way of the rope and they're not a trip hazard. We find them very useful for all sorts of things, marking corridors and what have you. So that's me walking around doing the judging, trying not to get in the way of the camera. We had Sophie, who's a trainee judge, who was filming for us, and Laura asked the pony to wait, pass through the gap and ask the pony to join her. I would have liked a little bit more of a wait there, so 4 and 5 we gave for that one. Now this is the back over the pole. Takes the pony's feet over the pole. There should be no knocking of the pole. The feet shouldn't touch the pole at all, either going forwards or backwards. Pony says, "There's a pole under me." So he knocked the pole a few times here, which did a good job. She rewarded him. He backed over, which is the important thing, and now asked him to join her over the pole again, which he's happy to do. As I was giving her a little bit of coaching there. Now you can see that Laura's one arm is stronger than the other, so she's getting her rope sorted out. And we were saying that we think that when Muffin is going loose and working it free, it's going to be a lot easier for her. She's going to have less to worry about and all this rope to sort out. So that when we get to, for the back over, I gave a 3 and a 4. So that when we get to the flag, of course, the instructions state that the flag gets picked up in the hand away from the horse, but of course this was rather difficult for Laura because her hand doesn't work so well. So we came to a little bit of a compromise, and this is what I'm explaining to the camera, because the person behind the camera, Sophie, is a trainee judge, and I was just explaining that I was adjusting the marking just to make it easier for her. We just have to act in the moment. Ooh, and Muffin said, "I don't know what that was, but it wasn't very nice." Laura's just waiting for him to settle. And then she starts walking. And what I like about this round that Laura's done is the rope skills are fabulous. There's rarely a moment that rope goes tight. She's done a fantastic job on getting him to feel that rope. And she's very carefully just putting the flag back. Doesn't need to be a pirate flag, any flag you've got. Bin bag on the end of a stick would do. Okay, and I was just explaining to her how I'd done that marking, which was 4 and 5. I was just explaining that I wasn't taking marks off because she wasn't holding the rope or the flag correctly. We just have to be realistic about what people are able to do. All right, through the cones. And we're looking for a lovely even wave through these cones. At walk, and you can see the pony is with her. I think when time comes to take this rope off, this is going to be pretty special. Well done, Laura. This is excellent work. She got a 4 and a 5 for that because I felt he got a little bit close, and sometimes that rope is almost too loose. It's almost on the ground, and it could create a trip hazard. The jump. Oh, I don't think I'll jump it. Oh, yes I will. So that was fun. A little bit more impulsion from Laura would have helped there. 3 and a 3 for that one. Just felt she could have supported Muffin a little more over that jump. Through to the S bend. And in the background you'll see there's horses all queuing up to go because the weather outside was atrocious. So we had some stood in their trailers and some waiting around the outside of the arena because it was pouring with rain on this morning. Oh, got an itch, need to be itched. So some people say, oh, but this S-bend's easy for a Shetland. It's no more easy for him than it is for a big horse. We had some big horses doing this exact same S-bend and doing just as well. And I just want you to see how that rope, oh, she lost a mark, she stepped over, but she did it for horsemanship, to get good horsemanship from the pony, to get that pony to move his feet. So although she loses a mark, it was worth it for the training. But look at that rope. Never once do you ever see a pull. It's always an ask. She's going to have a sore back after this. So she gets his attention back. So for the S-bend, I gave her a 3 and a 4. She needs to keep the pony's attention on her. She's got to make herself more important to him. All right, has another look at our cones. And we go through to the hula hoop stand, which is 2 front feet in one hula hoop. And then the handler asks the pony to wait and then goes to the next hula hoop. Laura goes to the next hula hoop and waits in there. And we start to count. Ooh, we only got to 2. And he moved, so she corrects him. And I would say 3 corrections is plenty. By the time you've corrected 3 times, you've lost so many marks, you might as well just get a stand outside the hoop and just go for the stand. It's up to you, but it just goes on forever otherwise. Good. This is a very difficult obstacle, some of you have discovered already. Getting your horse to put its feet in that hula hoop is quite hard. Now Laura should be more relaxed with that rope loose. She's delighted. She got the stand. So for the stand she was 3 and 3. Now here you can have somebody to hold the pony or horse, that's fine. It just happened to be me because my assistant was doing the filming. Alright, pick up a foot, that wasn't too bad at all. And then to the back foot. Slightly sticky on the back, so we lost a mark there. But it was all very safely done, and that was 4 and 5. So actually the total for that round for Laura was 81, and I believe that made her 3rd in the competition. We had quite a few entries that day and people did very well.